In this project, I will be looking at Planned Parenthood as an organization in the first half of the 20th century. I will be examining when it began, why it began, and who started it. I will also look into when exactly abortion was brought into the practice and how far they have come since they began. Planned Parenthood's main goal when it started was to be able to provide reproductive health care that is easily accessible and affordable to anyone who needed it. It is a tax-exempt nonprofit organization that is now funded partially by the government. It offers all kinds of forms of birth control, pregnancy tests, abortions, STD checks, and much more. Planned Parenthood originated in 1916 and was created by a woman named Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger was believed to create Planned Parenthood for the purpose of eugenics. This is why most of their clinics are in low-income Black populations. She was very racist and ultimately wanted to eliminate the Black race. She covered up her intentions by saying that she was concerned for the reproductive health care for all people. But her real motive was revealed by this quote by Margaret. The mass of significant Negroes, particularly in the South, still breed carelessly and disastrously, with the result that the increase among Negroes, even more than among whites, is in the portion of the population least intelligent and fit, and least able to rear children properly. She was clearly a racist and believed that white people are superior to Black people. She was specifically concerned with eliminating the Black race. Margaret Sanger has been lauded by some as a woman of valor, but a closer look reveals that Planned Parenthood's audacious founder had some unsavory things to say about matters of race, birth control, and abortion. An outspoken eugenist herself, Sanger constantly promoted racist ideals with a contemptuous attitude. Had this information been known to the public and through the media, maybe Planned Parenthood wouldn't have grown as big as it did, and maybe 250,000 babies would not be aborted each year through Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger was also against large families, especially within the Catholic community which she was raised in. The most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it, says Sanger. Margaret wrote a book, Women and the New Race. Chapter 6 is titled, The Wickedness of Creating Large Families. Here she argues that the majority of large families are in poverty and eventually end up dying of an illness. So it is better for every family with a large amount of children to get abortions before the children have the chance and pose difficulties for the family and society. Margaret was also worried about the population growing out of control. Article 4 states, "No woman shall have the legal right to bear a child, and no man shall have the right to become a father without a permit." She goes on in Article 6 to say, "No permit for parenthood shall be valid for more than one birth." She believed that abortion was the only way to prevent overpopulation, and if part of the population should be eliminated, then it should be in low-income Black communities. Today, the truth about Margaret Sanger is hidden by Planned Parenthood because it could hurt Planned Parenthood and its traffic of business they do each year. People must know the truth about Margaret Sanger and the founding of Planned Parenthood, and the fact that she was a racist woman who believed having a large family is a crime. If people knew the truth about this woman and her intentions behind Planned Parenthood, then Planned Parenthood might not have gotten to what it is today, and may have never reached the ability to abort over a quarter of a million babies each year. I hope this video shed light on the truth of Planned Parenthood and its founder, Margaret Sanger. Even though Sanger's intentions were to eliminate the lower class, particularly the black population, doesn't mean if our intentions change that abortion is okay. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you all learned something new.